the last question here is, of course, 5.2. It is 5.2. Then 5.2 says you calculate the length of the tangent AB drawn from the point A to the circle with the equation. Calculate the length of the tangent AB drawn from the point A to the circle with the equation x minus 3 all squared plus y plus 1 all squared is equals to 10. That is a 5 marks question, boys and girls. Let me test you on this one for 4 minutes to see if you'll get this question right, so that immediately after 4 minutes, then you have his solutions, then we discuss it together to see if you can really answer this type of questions. Right, thank you very much. Let us see, boys and girls, what is it that you're going to do here? The length of the tangent AB drawn from the point A to the circle of the equation x minus 3 all squared plus y plus 1 all squared is equals to 10. Right, let me try to have a sketch for this one. Boys and girls, this is going to be a rough sketch, so that at least we can just have a picture of what we are going to do here. Right, and now from here, now we have what is the center of the circle? The center of the circle, of course, the center of the circle will then be 3 as well as negative 1. 3 and negative 1, we agree that 3 and negative 1, of course, x is 3, y is y. Possible on this side, that is the center of the circle. Right, now, where is this point A? Point A is 6 as well as positive 4. 6 and positive 4, that will be A on this side, that is 6 and positive 4. Right, boys and girls, then if we have the circle here, if this is our circle here, and now we can now say, okay, now the tangent can be on this side, and now we say this one is what? This is our B. Or it can also be on the other side. One can decide now to say, okay, it is on this side. But now, let us take it to be on this side. Of course, now, this one, remember now, it is perpendicular now. If I draw this one, we have now 90 degrees here. Why 90 degrees? Because I know that the tangent now is perpendicular to the radius. Right. Now I can now join this one. Now I have now what? I have a right angle triangle. I have a right angle triangle. Right. Now from here now, what is it that we know now? We know the center. The center is what? The center now, it is what? It is 3 as well as negative 1. The center is 3 as well as negative 1. And also the other thing that we know is the radius. Our r here is the square root of what? Square root of 10. It means now this one here, it is the square root of 10. Now, what is the question? The question said, now determine the length of the tangent AB. It means we want to find the length of the tangent AB. Right, what is it that you're going to do here? The first thing that I've identified here is the triangle that we see here. That is a right angle triangle, right? It is a right angle triangle. Then I need to have one side so that at least I can now be able to use the Pythagoras theorem to find the distance of AB. Right now, this side, I don't know what is the coordinates of B, right? But this one, I have the coordinates of A as well as the coordinates of what? The coordinates of the center. Then it means I can use the distance formula now to say the distance between the 2 points here, it is the square root of what? It is the square root of x2 minus y, x2 and y2, and then x1 and y1. Therefore, we are going to have x2, which is 3. Which is 3 here. Of course, minus 6 all squared plus, and now we have minus 1, minus 4 all squared. Now, what is it that you are having here? 3 minus 6, it is a minus 3 all squared. And now here we have minus 5 all squared. Now, from here, now we can now say minus 3 squared is 9, plus minus 5 squared is 25. 9 plus 25 is what? That is the square root of what? That is the square root of 34. That is the square root of 34. Therefore, this side here is the square root of 30. It's the square root of 34. Right, boys and girls, now I can now be able now to say, okay, now the distance of AB is AB squared, of course, is equals to what? AB squared is equals to the square root of 10 all squared plus the square root of 10. No, not the square root of 10. We have AB squared. AB squared is this side. Now we need to identify what is the hypotenuse side. The bigger side, of course, is this one here. Now AB squared then will be the bigger side, which is what? The square root of 34 all squared. The square root of 34 all squared minus what? Minus the square root of 10. Because remember, we only added the 2 if we are finding the longer side, the hypotenuse side here. But now we are finding another side. That is where we must take now the hypotenuse side minus the square root of 10. Right now, we square everything here. The square root of 10 squared is 34 minus the square root of this one is 10. Therefore, now 34 minus 10 is what? That is 20. That is 24. Therefore, now AB squared is equals to 24. Then apply the square root on both sides. Then AB is equals to the square root of 24. AB is equals to the square root of 24. Then, of course, if you use your calculator, the square root of 24, it's 2 square root of 6. That is 2 square root of 6. But when you write it down as a decimal, that you will get 4,9. You will get 4,9. That is 4,90. Right. Boys and girls, now that is question 5 point. That is question 5.2. Please make sure that you practice this type of questions as well, because really, we don't know what will be on that paper on that day. It is very important to make sure that you really go through this type of questions. Right. Now, boys and girls, I think we're almost at the end of our sessions. Quickly, please make sure that you have your mind map under analytical geometry. This morning, we have looked at what? We have looked at grade 11 and grade 10 analytical geometry. Of course, please look at the distance and look at the gradient and also look at the midpoint. And now, when we come to the gradient, boys and girls, remember now, for you to determine the gradient, you need 2 points. If not 2 points, make sure that you look for the parallel line, the perpendicular line, as well as the angle of inclination. Now, when you go for grade 12, the circle centered at origin and the other one that is centered at any points, you must be able to determine the equation of the two. And also you must ask yourself, what is it that you need for you to determine the equation of the circle? Of course, the last one then will be what? The equation of the tangent. Of course, tangent is perpendicular to the radius. Therefore, you'll use m tangent multiplied by m radius is equals to -1. Boys and girls, prepare yourself thoroughly. Make sure that each and every day counts. The exam is around the corner here. Make use of each and every day and make sure that you understand what you are doing. Thank you very much.